Masao said, "Mr. Dean, I'd like to write an article about you for the wall newspaper, the Minato News. May I ask you some questions?" Mr. Dean said, "Sure, Masao." Masao said, "First, what do you think about the students in this school?" Mr. Dean said, "Well, before coming to Japan, I thought Japanese students were shy, but after coming here, I found they aren't so shy. Many students in this school often talk to me in class or during lunchtime, and they aren't afraid of making mistakes so much. Their attitude has changed my idea about Japanese students. I feel happy when I'm talking with the students in this school." Masao said, "I'm glad to hear that. Can I ask you the next question?" Mr. Dean said, "Yes, please." Masao said, "Why did you decide to come to Japan?" Mr. Dean said, "When I was in Canada, I often watched Japanese animations. I became a fan of Japanese animations. I really like to watch them. I thought Japanese animations are one of the symbols of Japanese culture. I wanted to know more about Japanese culture, so I learned about it from books and the internet. But I didn't think that was enough. I thought seeing Japanese culture through my own eyes was a better way to know about Japanese culture. So, I decided to come to Japan." Masao said, "That's interesting. I'd like to know more about your experience in Japan. Have you joined any cultural activities here in Japan?" Mr. Dean said, "Yes. Last month, I joined the tea ceremony for the first time. I enjoyed the hospitality and the calm atmosphere during it. After the tea ceremony, I had a chance to talk with some Japanese people who joined it. We talked about the tea ceremony in English. They showed me many things I didn't know about the tea ceremony. I was glad to learn a lot about the manners and the history of the tea ceremony. Then they asked me about Canada, and I told them about Canadian life and culture. I had a good chance to think about my own culture again. If we communicate with people from many different countries, I think we can learn more about other cultures and our own culture." Masao said, "I see. English is a useful language to communicate with people from different countries. Mr. Dean, please give the students in this school some tips for communicating in English." Mr. Dean said, "Okay, Masao. I sometimes see your confused faces when I tell you many things in a short time. If I do so, I want you to say, 'Mr. Dean, what did you say?' If you ask me so, I understand I'm talking too fast, and I can adjust the speed. I also want you to remember, it'll take time to improve your English because it's a foreign language for you. Please enjoy using it." Masao said, "Thank you, Mr. Dean. These are nice tips for the students in this school. I hope many students will read the article I'll write." Mr. Dean said, "I hope so too. Please make a wonderful wall newspaper, Masao."